Hey everyone, it's Laura from Laura Jane Art. So one of the things that I get asked about most is how I do my framing. So I thought I would do a quick video and show you the process. It is a time-lapse video, so it's about like 4 times speed. Because yeah, otherwise it was about a half an hour video and that's just really long. So let's go ahead and take you through the process. The first thing I do is to make sure to clean the glass on the frame and make sure to do both sides. So you want to do the inside part that's going to be against your artwork, but also the outside part. I do both of them at this stage. You can also do the outside part later on, but I like to do them both now and then do some touch-ups later if I need to. So after that, I'm grabbing the artwork. I have it already matted. It's one of my Sketchy Tree series. It's actually the first sketchy tree that I drew. So go ahead and put that down there. I have it matted already, which I did do. I did cut the mat myself also. So that's something I can show a different time if that's something you're interested. Just leave a comment and let me know. I realized that I didn't cut the backing for it yet. I use foam core for my backing. So that's what I'm doing there is I cut the backing, I'm putting that there. Now I'm taking a kneaded eraser and getting any of the last dots of dust or dirt or anything that I see. So you can see I'm kind of turning it in the light to make sure I didn't miss anything. So it's a good time to get any last minute things or that might be on the glass on either side. Alright, and then I put it back in the frame. The backing, like I said, is foam core. It has acid-free backing, so I like to put that on the back to kind of protect the back part of the work. I use a point driver to put in the points to hold the backing down. I was having some issues with my point driver for some reason. But I finally did get all of them in the way that I needed to. Next step is I put double-sided tape on the edges. I leave a little bit of the edge, it goes a little bit back from the edge, that way I can do a nice cut on the end. You'll see at the next step. But I go all the way around with the double-sided tape on the frame part. And then I use brown, I think it's craft paper. And there's a couple different ways to do this. Most recently I started where I lay out the paper and then I I place the frame, don't drop the frame, place the frame on that way. Other way is to roll it onto it. I've been finding that this way feels a lot more even and there's less mistakes, so I lay down the paper and then put the frame on top. And then I use a knife and a ruler to go around the edge. I leave a tiny bit of the black edge on the back because I kind of like the way that it looks. It looks more professional when I do it that way. So that's what I'm doing here. And then the next step is to make sure that you have the picture the correct way, because you don't want to put the backing on upside down. So I measure out where I'm going to put it. Usually it's about a third or a quarter way down. It just kind of depends on the frame for me. Right now I'm showing you on the drill bit, I put a piece of tape so I know how far down to drill. I've had issues where I accidentally go through the frame, so I make sure that I put a piece of tape so that doesn't happen, and that's really been a big help. So I definitely recommend that. Even if you think you'll be fine, it's really helped. So that is what I do there. I drill a small hole, very thin size bit. I don't know what size it is, but make sure it's not too big. And then I use D-rings, and I make sure that the screws are not too deep. Sometimes the ones that come with it are a little too long, so they pop through. So you want to make sure that they are shorter than your frame, so that when you go through, or when you drill them in, they don't go all the way through. So I go ahead and put those on, and then I get my wire. I use a plastic coated wire. There's different weights depending on how heavy your artwork is. There's a 30-pound, or I think it's 50-pound. I usually use the 30-pound one. So yeah, I'm putting on the wire here. I just make sure that it's centered. I double loop it, so there's a little bit of extra strength. For the littler frames, it doesn't matter as much, but when you get into bigger ones, it's nice to have the extra support on it. And then I go ahead and curl the wire around to have nice coiled finished edges. And yeah, so next I'm going to put the bumpers on the back, the bottom corners. It helps to keep it from rubbing against the wall and damaging anything. And thank you for joining me for my first demo. And I put a label with my name and everything on the back. And there.